this video, I'm going to give you the latest USCIS Case Assistance tips, how to check on your case, the most up-to-date information from the Ombudsman office. This is the agency that is a liaison between USCIS and the public, what they're doing to help speed up your case, and different things that they suggested USCIS to do to make sure that your case processing is going to go smooth. So if you want to know the latest updates on this topic, specifically from the US Ombudsman's office, to speed up your case, I'll see you on the other side. Hello everybody, and welcome back to Immigration Channel. This is a place where we get the most up-to-date immigration news, immigration information, and everything else that you need to make your immigration journey less stressful. My name is Jacob Sapochnick, and I'm an immigration attorney located in San Diego, California, and I have clients in all 50 states and all over the world. And in this video, I'm going to give you an update from the Ombudsman office, USCIS Ombudsman office. This is an agency that is a liaison between the USCIS and the public, giving you an update about case processing, case assistance, how to speed up your case, and other developments that may impact the processing of your case. We're going to talk about USCIS funding, recommendations from the Ombudsman office to USCIS. So these are improvements that you may be seeing in the future, like extension the validity of EADs to longer than 2 years, the status with EADs and adjustment of status cases that are pending beyond processing times, and finally current USCIS backlogs and what's going to happen about it. So before we jump into those topics, if you're here for the first time, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, click the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos, and also give us a big like so YouTube will be able to show this video to more people just like you. As I mentioned at the beginning of this video, the Ombudsman's office is a liaison agency between USCIS and the public. They make recommendations. They can also assist you if you have issues in your case. So for example, if your case is stuck, if you don't know what's going on with your case, sometimes if you want to find out why your case is not being processed on time, you can file a special inquiry with the Ombudsman's office, and we're going to have a link in the description of this video to the case inquiry with the Ombudsman office. It's very effective. We use it often, and I highly recommend that you do that as well. If you exhausted all other methods to inquire about your case, this could be a good way to try to find out what's going on with your file. One of the recommendations from the Ombudsman office was that USCIS will dedicate specific funding just to fight backlogs, whether that's getting more people to work on cases, whether it's to create more automation, whatever it is that they're starting to implement. These are things that are actually happening already, and you can see that they're trying to do more of that. They have more agents working on cases, they have more automation when you call them, and also in terms of notifying people when their cases are being approved, when there's an RFE issued, eliminating mail and using more text messaging and email to be able to make this process faster. So this is already happening. It's happening in the first part of fiscal year 2022, and it's going to continue through 2023 and beyond. And we're going to see that happening, and we're going to see those results definitely impacting the processing of your case. So there's definitely hope right there. Also, the Ombudsman's office made quite a few recommendations that actually became effective, became part of how USCIS is working. Some of these improvements that most of you are probably not even aware of were initiated by the Ombudsman's office by recommendations that they suggested based on what the public was complaining about. And some of these are the following: increasing the validity of some of these EADs from 1 year to 2 years. This happened because of recommendation from the Ombudsman's office, because a lot of these case assistance, a lot of these inquiries revolved around people losing their EAD status, not being able to work, and those recommendations were the first to be implemented by USCIS. Second thing that was suggested by the Ombudsman's office and was implemented by USCIS is clarifying that spouses of E and L visa holders can work incident to their status. They don't need anymore the work authorizations. There's a lot of confusion in the public when those regulations were out. People didn't know what they have to show, and as a result, a lot of people approached the Ombudsman's office trying to understand why is their EADs delayed, why can they use their actual approvals to work. And so the Ombudsman's office encouraged USCIS to issue regulations to explain what is exactly the status of E and L spouses, and as a result we have this special notation with an S, that if you have that on your passport, it means that you are now authorized to work just because you're the spouse of an E or an L visa holder. Again, this was because of the Ombudsman's office recommendations. The automatic renewals of EADs beyond 180 days, if you remember, that rule came out a few months ago. Once again, this was because the public was complaining about it. People were losing their jobs because the automatic extension was not enough, and they extended it to more days and more categories of those people that are eligible for auto extensions. Again, this was also based on recommendations of the Ombudsman's office. And again, that's why I encourage you, if you have a problem with your case, if you need case assistance after you tried all these other things, do contact the Ombudsman's office. And I put the link in the description of this video, because that will help you to not only try to resolve your case, but also it will show the Ombudsman office there's quite enough people in your same situation, so that for them to take that and raise it as an issue and try to resolve it like they've done with all these other examples I just mentioned to you. Remember, during the Trump administration, there was a period where they stopped issuing requests for evidence. If they didn't feel that the case could be adjudicated, they were just denying them without RFEs. Well, so many people complained about it. So many people had issues with their files that were denied, they think, without basis, that the Ombudsman's office recommended to bring back the older policy where they should issue RFE if they think that by providing their information on the RFE, the case could be approved. Well, now this policy is in effect, obviously. A lot of procedures have been changed at the Texas and Nebraska service centers. These are service centers that were very, very slow, and even slow to this day. But there's been a lot of improvement in processing cases at those centers. As I mentioned to you in the previous video, that a lot of cases are actually being sent from those centers to local offices for approvals, for adjudication. And the reason why the processing times are still so slow on the website is because there's very few cases left in those centers that are being held for review and further investigation, and as a result, the updates on the website are not updated. Yes, they're working on getting the backlogs cleared, but still, those are things that happened because the Ombudsman's office recommended to focus on these two centers because they had a lot of issues, and many applicants were complaining that they're just sitting and waiting for months and there are no results. So let me give you some statistics. People are now aware that they can use the Ombudsman office to request case assistance with if there's an issue with the file, if you need to figure out why it's taking so long. The case inquiries to the Ombudsman's office increased by 21% in 2022, and they expected it to double by the end of 2023 because people do see that there's some sort of hope by approaching the Ombudsman's office. 21% increase means that every day 133 cases are being assigned to the Ombudsman's office to check, to request case assistance. 130 case inquiries are being sent every single day to the Ombudsman's office asking for case assistance, and that is going to continue to increase. So make sure if you're watching this video and you were not aware that you can do that, try it. It definitely works sometimes. Now, because of the volume of people that are filing requests, they're now prioritizing which cases are going to get preference as opposed to other cases that will have to wait a little bit longer. So, for example, if you have a case that you filed and you have no receipt whatsoever, those are going to be priority for them to investigate why you have not received any receipts. And there's quite a few of those cases. So if you haven't received a receipt, you can try to contact the Ombudsman's office and they will try to help you. And they're going to focus on typographical errors. Those are errors that happened, it wasn't your fault, it was the USCIS fault. If you can show that, they'll focus on that too. Look at age out cases. If your child is turning 21, you haven't received any adjudication, there's a concern the child will age out, they'll definitely give priority for those cases as well. Next, we have military cases, military family members, you're going through deployment and things like that, you haven't received your benefits, you can contact the office of the Ombudsman office. And finally, a lot of cases, and I've done a video about that as well, where your case is now adjudicated with USCIS, your I-130, I-140 is approved, but those cases are not being sent to the National Visa Center. There are still delays, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, even 2 months. Sometimes you need to contact NVC, obviously, but also contact the Ombudsman's office, and they can help you bridge the gap between USCIS and NVC. They've been very helpful in helping a lot of clients do that. So remember the priority and still try to get some help if you couldn't get it from the USCIS or NVC directly. And the way you do that is by using form 7001. The form is linked in the description of this video. The way you're going to contact the Ombudsman office is by going online, using form 7001. You fill the form, it's easy, it's an online form. You put the information about your case, your A number, everything. You submit it online, and then you get a confirmation, and you're going to wait for them to contact you and get further assistance. Once again, it's very helpful. It's one of the most effective ways to get case assistance these days. And again, I would definitely try to use them before going to other extreme measures like suing the government. So once again, if you have any questions, post them in the comments. If you need my help, text me 619-483-4549. We can help you file these forms, liaison with the Ombudsman's office, and figure out why your case is stuck. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.